Immortality, some would call it a curse. But for a martial artist like me, who seeks to reach the pinnacle of strength, I call it a blessing. The great tree, they say, it bore the fruits of immortality. But the problem most martial artists face is that it is greatly guarded by a dangerously powerful dragon, the dragon of divine light. Most martial artists have been sent to the afterlife because of this dragon, but of course, unlike those weaklings, I faced the divine dragon and killed it. I drank its blood and ate the fruits of immortality, and with that, I could fight more battles, grow stronger and live forever. Or so I thought. Decades later, I lay in my deathbed with my children and grandchildren around me. It seemed that the fruits of immortality was total bullshit, and the only advantage I got was drinking the divine dragon's blood, earning me the name Gilfas Eldragon. I think to myself of the regret I feel for not being able to continue my martial arts journey, and with that, I died. That was when I realized the real power of the fruits of immortality. Instead of immortality, it was rather reincarnation. I woke up in the body of my descendant. A millennium later, seeing the mates of the family, I became sure that I was an illegitimate child of the current head of the family. The maids feed a goblin with a red liquid. I became surprised as to why a goblin was placed at a place babies were kept. Just then, the goblin exploded and its blood splashed on me. The maids took me up and fed me with the red liquid. I tried my possible best to spit it out when I realized that it was the blood of an ancient dragon. Realizing this, I used my breathing technique to absorb the magical powers in the blood. I got a smug smile on my face as I become excited by the thought of growing stronger. Thanks to my willpower, I survived, and it seems the same happened with the other children. 7 years later, I work on my physical strength and my stamina. In my previous life, I reached the pinnacle of martial arts, achieving 10 star power. A star power is a status formed inside your body to show how strong you are. But for now, I am just 1 star. The body I am in is called Sieg Eldragon. His mother died the moment he was born, and his father, the head of the family, has never once come to see him. Because of that, no combat instructor has come to train me, and I only have maids around me. Getting bored, I delve into the forest to hunt. I see an anger boar and hide at its blind spot. It notices me and charges forward. With a smile on my face, I accept the challenge and step to the side. Charging up my power, in my fist, I smash the ribs of the anger boar and kill it. I put my trophy on my shoulder and leave. I pack my thing, planning to escape to the sea, when I am confronted with 2 men, telling me that it was time for me to take the family's special exam. I get to the family house as I see the other kids present as well. A kid named Lab suddenly asked if I was okay, which pissed me off. I turned to look at him when I realized that he was pretty consistent with his training. Just when we were about to know more about ourselves, a guy named Ray comes in and bullies Lab. But the thing that bugged me was that it was clear that Lab was way stronger than Ray. The examination is about to start, as Lab explains the content of the exams. We are supposed to make a scratch on a rock to score marks. I know, right? What a letdown. I was excited to face obstacles and break through them to grow. But this test is a disappointment. The first person strikes the rock as hard as he could, but didn't get a dent on it. As a matter of fact, the rock mirrored the impact back to its attacker. Seeing this, I get excited, but Lab on the other hand started to get anxious. I see the bullies finishing their tests and taking their seats. It gets to my turn, as the examiner asks what weapon I would like to use. Exuding my aura from the past, I speak with conviction, saying that a weapon wouldn't be necessary. All I need is my fists. Charging up my power, I use my dragon technique called the afterlife. As I smash half of the stone, destroying it, I realize I still needed a bit of training because my fists were bruised. I am given a healing potion, and it seems it's Lab's turn. He picks up a sword, and I wonder why though. Because for his martial arts, using a spear would be better. Each examiner has 3 chances to make a scratch on the stone, and Lab has already failed 2 times. Everyone starts to laugh at him. When I walk up to his side, with a very convincing look, I ask him to use a spear. Lab looks at me, full of trust, and picks up a spear. I ask him to just thrust forward, and not think about anything. Lab moves with speed, as if the spear was already part of his body. He doesn't only scratch the stone, but he even pierces through it. The examination comes to an end, as the current head of the family, my father, comes to the hall, eluding a filthy dangerous aura, which makes me not to like him. I see that he is just 8-star power, which is inherently weak for a family head. I go to search for my dorm room. When I open the door, it seems fate doesn't want us to separate it, as I see that Lab and I are roommates. A month later, we are made to do breath training, alongside shoulder training. A lot of the kids struggle with this training. Even my prodigy, Lab, was finding difficulties, but there were a few promising ones here and there. And there was me, bagging the training, as if it was nothing. I sit with Lab at the cafeteria, as I enjoy my food. A girl named Laki comes to speak with me. She introduces herself as Laki, the daughter of the family head, which makes her my half-sibling. She asks me to be her underling, and I refuse. She then asks if I desire to be the family head with killing intent. When I answer no again, she keeps pestering me when I stab the table with the eating fork. I politely tell her, whilst exuding a chilling aura, that I won't be under anyone, because I am the strongest. Laki refuses to accept, as she challenges me to a duel. Lots of people come to watch, as it's a battle between the children of the family head. I watch Laki, as she seems ready to tear me to pieces. And you know something? This is the kind of willpower I want from my opponents. Laki attacks, as she is seen hovering above me. I dodge the attack by stepping to her side. With much ease, I dodge her attacks, making her flustered. She gets confused as I tell her that her eyes, breathing and muscle movements are the things I watch to predict her attacks. After that lesson, I decide to launch my first counter as she goes down on one knee. She comes at me again when she swings her sword. I use a scorpion kick to parry her attack, and throw my second attack, pushing her away. It seems that she used aura to reduce the impact my attack had on her. It realized that I pushed her too hard, as she suddenly upgrades to a 2-star power wielder. She attacks so fast that I get a cut on my cheek. Her morale is lifted as she feels confident in winning the fight. But you know what? I don't know if I am mad or crazy, but the fact that I am fighting someone more stronger than me makes me so excited. Subscribe to the channel to watch the next part of this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything.